All right. Good morning, West Texas pastors. So, that first video I did, I tried to, it didn't work exactly how I wanted going through Dropbox, but anyway, so many of you clicked on that and got permission to get in that file. And it was just a video saying, hey, I'm here to help, a resource. Yesterday, my phone really blew up, and which is I am fine with. I put this out there to help. I figured there are so many that would need help in this area. And so I'm grateful for that. Not a problem at all. And I'll say again, you guys can call me anytime whatsoever, and I'll help you the best that I can and help you problem solve. I'm not a pro in this, but through my years in Seven Project and all that we did with Youth Alive, I have a little bit of a working knowledge base. And so, listen, I'm not even happy with my own stream, and so that's why we're upgrading. Long story of our whole, I guess, travel with that. And so I'll talk a little bit about this video and show you what we're upgrading to. But we're all doing ourselves. Listen, don't go to Best Buy and say you're 99 times out of 100, you're going to be steered the wrong direction and you're going to spend money that you don't need to spend. Number two is this: don't call a company like, I like Sweetwater. That's where I look a lot for our sound equipment or Guitar Center. Don't look there either. They're going to oversell you. It's just the nature of the game. And so, I mean, if you can afford getting obviously a consultation and a professional company, yeah, you can do that. But there's so many of us that are not in that position that we can do that. So I just want to help you. So through our growth in this and I guess research, I've had a lot of frustration. And so, of course, step one is this, is that if you have a laptop, iPhone, smartphone, tablet, anything like that, you can use that. And you have Facebook, man, you can go Facebook Live. It's that simple. Of course, we know the drawbacks of that is on sound and just video quality and things of that nature. And so if you have a phone, tablet, laptop, you can set it up somehow and do it that way. And so that's not a problem at all. Kind of the step up from that, probably talking maybe about the $500 range. It could be a little less, a little more, is the Mevo. I am a huge fan of the Mevo because it is very, very simple. And so I'll show you that now. And now they have it in 4K, which is if a big deal to you. I don't know, maybe if, let me switch my screen here. There we go. So is the Mevo. And of course you can even find used one. This one's the Mevo Plus that does 4K for $399. There are cheaper Mevos out there. And then there's also, so what the Mevo does is it connects to your Wi-Fi, and you run it off a smartphone or a tablet. So the Mevo becomes your camera, and it can also be an audio source. So it has the ambient mic, and it actually is an excellent mic. And so if all you did was got the Mevo, put it on a camera tripod, connected to your Wi-Fi, and stream that way, I mean, you're golden. It's a good option. There's a upgrade you can get to the Mevo, and that is the Mevo Boost. And what the Mevo Boost does, it's an external battery, and it looks kind of plain Jane, but what it also does is give you an Ether, the network connection. And so then if you want to move off Wi-Fi, you can do it. You can do it with your Cat 5 and go into your router or whatever. And it gives you, of course, a more stable signal. It speeds up your signal and things of that nature. Of course, with any option you use, you have to remember what's important about your, when you want to do this, is your ISP, your internet service provider. So, of course, the big seller for internet service providers, you have AT&T or, in this area, Permason, Grodnicom, or whatever, whoever you may have, is they sell you on the download speed. Well, you're not interested in download speed. You're interested in upload speed. and so you want to up that upload speed if possible, if you can, uh, so you can go that direction. And so to do this, if so, like I said, the Mevo has its own microphone you can use, but the way this works, you have to connect it to a tablet or a phone, and so there's an app store. It's both in. Listen, I'm an Apple Mac person, but the tablet we use to run our Mevo is an Android tablet, so it's in the Google Play Store and the Apple Store, but it's the Mevo app, and so that gets you connected, and so that's how it works, getting online and configuring your Mevo, things of that nature. But you also need, if you can also run your audio source through your soundboard, which improves your sound. And to do that, you're going to need what's called a iRig. This is a very simple, cheap option. You can get all this off of Amazon, or you can go to the Mevo site. And so there's a 1/4 inch on this end over here, and let's see if I can get my mouse over there. There we go. So on this end, where that you see that guitar picture, there's actually, you run a 1/4 inch from there to your soundboard. Where you would plug it in is you have an analog board. Probably you could use your aux ins or a monitor, or if you have an extra main out is where you would plug that. And then this other end over here is what plugs into your tablet. And if you notice, this is what's important, is that you notice there's 3 rings on there. You know that mono would only have 1 of those black rings. Stereo has 2, and so like earphones you put in your ear or usually have 2 of those black rings. Instrument cords, like for guitars, they're usually mono, only have 1 of those rings, but this has 3, and that's what enables you to be able to get that sound to your tablet that then goes online. So in short, a Mevo is a great option. If you want to upgrade that Mevo, going to the Mevo Boost to get you a network connection that's hardlined. And then, of course, if you want to go sound through your soundboard, you need this iRig. And of course, if you want take your sound through there, and you're going to need a tablet of some sort. So I hope that helps you. And so if you go to a camcorder, let me get off this here. If you go to a camcorder, this is what we used to use. That's a great option. Of course, there's all kinds of level of these. You can get them, from $200 to $1,000, whatever. And also cameras, the digital cameras, the DSLRs. They work well too, and there's a lot that use those. And so, of course, you want to make sure that you have an HDMI port. Most cameras are going to be a mini HDMI. If you go this option, you have to have a HDMI capture device to USB. You cannot do it any other way. And so you have to have that. One example of a HDMI capture device is this one right here. This is the one that we use. We also have had Blackmagic. There's Blackmagic that has HDMI capture devices to USB. So if you're going to go to a camera like this, or anything beyond this, you're going to have to get a HDMI capture device. You're not going to be able just to plug this in. And so with that, you're going to have to get a streaming service of some kind. And so during this time, there's all kinds you can use. There's Church Online Platform, I think is one. That's the people that do the Bible app, Craig Rochelle. And there's Boxcast. I think Boxcast is free. I know there's a couple of churches in our district that use that. There's churchstreaming.tv. Churchstreaming.tvs. There's Dacast, DACAST. There's Ustream. There's YouTube actually has a streaming service. And so when you go up to this, you're going to have to, and you're going to have to kind of, upgrade things along those lines. And so maybe that helps you. This may be Greek to you. I get it. I understand. I'll still help you any way that I can. A few other resources I want to tell you is in getting cabling for this stuff, or just for your church period. XLR cables. I'm going to tell you, I am a huge, huge fan of Monoprice. Monoprice.com. I'm going to throw the website up there. Monoprice.com. Man, that's usually where I get just about everything that I need. Of course, you're going to have to think advance, week to 10 days maybe. You can do expedited shipping, but they are a great company with excellent prices. Like, what better than Walmart, better than Sweetwater, better than Guitar Center when you're looking at cords, connectors, HDMI stuff, phone chargers, anything like that they have. And so I just wanted to tell you about that. If you plug up your system, I had this question too. When you get it running, sometimes what you hear is a buzz. And so if you hear that, sometimes you can hear the buzz better when you're trying to broadcast than what you hear by ear in your own house system. And so sometimes people are like, all of a sudden I got this buzz. Well, there's two reasons for that. I don't want to get in all the detail and stuff about that, but you're going to need one of two things that usually clears it up. And some musicians already know about this stuff, but a HumX. And so sometimes that is coming through the power where it's plugged in. And so a HumX is an awesome option. And also if it's coming, then sometimes it's coming through your actual cords, like your XLR cords or your 1/4-inch cords. And so something like a hum eliminator for that will help you with that. You got to find the specific channel and get that plugged in to that. So what we're upgrading to is, let me see if I can find it here. We are pulling, let's catch you that. Oh, I guess I didn't pull it up. So the kind of camera we're going to is more of we're getting more kind of the bottom end of the professional camera. It's a PTZO optics camera. And the reason we're going to that is because we can stream with that, we can record with it, and we can do closed circuit TV with that. And so that's where we're going to that option. And so one thing you're going to notice about that iRig, I do want to say this really quick, is that we had a full worship team last night. That iRig for the Mevo, it cannot handle that. So it's going to distort. It's going to sound awful. Usually 2, 3, 4 audio sources, it can handle. Of course, just a person speaking, it does great. It does fine. And so then if you want to upgrade beyond an iRig, the thing to go to is something like a audio interface that kind of helps you with that. And of course, man, the sky's the limit on those to help you with that. So maybe this helps a little bit. Listen, I'm a phone call away. Call. I'll talk with you. And I know there's people out there, probably in some of our larger churches, that have way of a better grasp on this stuff than I do. But listen, I know the season we're in, we want to minister as creatively and as effectively as possible. And online is a great option. So appreciate you guys, praying for you. Hope this helps. Maybe it muddied the waters. I don't know. But I'm here to help you. God bless you guys.